This is Justin AMZN on Monday, July 23rd, 2018. Take a look at our levels converging here. So we have the sideways channel here that we drew with the 1815 price and with this uptrend line that we dipped into on Friday. And right now we or this pre-market, we've rallied through it, pulled back to it. Now we're sitting right on pretty much both those lines. So we'll see what happens as the market opens. This is a retest of both lines from below, which means it could be rolling over. Seeing how it moved up from down here, and then I guess, yeah, maybe in here somewhere there's a bit of a high in here, a high range. If you go with this high, it doesn't really connect with much. Maybe back here on the left, but if you go with this high, well, that doesn't really connect with anything until you get back here. So anyway, there's some uncertainty here where it's actually, what the resistance is, why they're selling here. This is very clearly a support down here. From earlier pre-market, came back into it with a hammer breaking out. It could just continue to run up, and we'd be looking for a 1841 price move. So this is earnings week, so the options are much, much more expensive, and it makes this much harder. I want to say impossible, nearly impossible to trade with a very small R, like $100. So we can identify. Stepping into the day, we get a nice upper wick on a bearish candle that soars up right through that 1815 price and comes right back down. And then this is phenomenal because, oops, sorry, that scrolled and it's supposed to. There you go, right there. This is phenomenal, having this candle right at a resistance. It's an inverse hammer, or it just shows there's a lot of sentiment, a lot of selling above 1815. That's the conviction, and we'll see if it holds any of these lows in here. But basically with this open, be bearish. We've had some that were bullish. Smaller body that was bullish that moved up a bit. This is bearish, and it moves down quite a lot, not just a little bit. This, I don't even remember what the range was on that 5 minute. The range was in the 18 teens, so $8, pretty much $8 on the candle, and then it collapses. Sorry, something is bumping the scroll one. It collapses all the way down into 1769.99, or basically 1770. That's a huge move. It would make sense if we retested. Apparently there was something going on somewhere by someone that this was impacted. That's what made it move, is what I heard. But anyway, look at the technical, we're bouncing down here, and I'd have to look back to see, okay, 1770 a price we've interacted with before and just haven't extended the chart? Or is this really, just, okay, that moved too far, here's a bounce, and people loaded up? Well, it just chopped back and forth, then came all the way back up, did a stair step here, nice small candles, almost like it's retesting this. They're just below it a little bit, around 1805. So it looks like it's a retest. Looks like this is an S curve. Okay, there's the breakdown. Here's a retest, and it didn't work. So now it's up here. Now it's like, yeah, that's kind of the area I was looking at from pre-market. Okay, we made it back up there. That's pretty cool, but that means you're waited a long time, and this is just not cooperating to roll over. It gets really tight, and then it goes. So this is breakdown bearish here, and you want to take some profit here and the rest here. Just thinking through the amount of volatility this has with this massive spike, and anyway, so we just keep coming into this, and it doesn't really collapse. So at this point, I'd have to stop real tight. If I was in, I have to stop real tight in here. Maybe tracking a little bit above the 21 exponential. And then it starts to collapse, and then it doesn't do too much. And then spikes after hours. The spike after hours is because, again, another company is something else in the news, or there's another company that is doing something. What is it? I think had a good earnings. I think that's all it was. And so it's, pulling this up. What's really interesting is this line that I keep extending. We're acting as resistance of it up here. We're also acting as resistance right through here, after market and during the market. And if we go look at the options, so calls, we lost a ton of premium. And then we went into this double bottom thing, and even that would have been really difficult to set up $100 R and really be able to do something like that. So anyway, this kind of curved up and just continued moving mostly sideways, drifting lower on the calls, and then the puts had this really nice small candle here right at the open 5 minute. It's like, just buy it on that and set a stop below, which if you're buying here, this is pretty close to where you're buying. Some people were buying yesterday or Friday, and then stopped on below that. I don't know that that's still $100, but it'd be phenomenal. If you could reach, or if you could risk 100 and get in at 20, and then let's just say it gets you up to 30, and you're nimble enough. You've got in and out, and you went on this massive ride, mitigating risk the whole way. I mean, it's possible, definitely possible. Really hard to do. And then even though the rest of the day it's just kind of chopped around, it's the option. It did actually come back to pretty much a high value from Friday. So if we go back and look at chart, while we're in this area, we had some options yesterday that were looking similar options. Obviously not so much the chart, this being head and shoulders, this being a triangle. If we take another look. Let's see what time is that? I think 1040. Yeah. Okay. So I made this kind of move in 1040 time frame, and that is this. So people had plenty of opportunities to get in here, and it just kind of crooked higher a little bit. Didn't really have a lot of conviction. We'll see what happens tomorrow with more conviction, with this kind of bounce, with earnings just ahead, and with another ticker moving, or gravitational force and pulling everything up with it, if it does in fact open up. So anyway, taking a look at the daily here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just counted 9 green dots and 9 bullish momentum candles. We made it. We want to see 8 to 10, but we made it on that. But there's definitely some opportunities I get up here, or to kind of stop up and not ride this out all the way down here into the 21 exponential. So anyway, hope this was helpful, and this is just AMZN. Thanks.